Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is going to be another session on our graphical tools that we've been doing on December, and the topic is going to be symbols, which can be a really great way of speeding up development and getting some great displays. So, Mark, tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, uh, in our drawing tool, we have many components, many controls like Windows controls, charts, and we have also a library with more than 2,000 symbols. Those symbols are very special because you can very easily customize. So if we start with those five in the top, they are the one very common on scale applications. You see that when you drop in your display, you have many options to define how be the look and feel of that symbol. And what's nice, even after the symbol is on the display, if I go to this tank and I want to modify the visualization of this tank, you can go to the wizards and define, okay, how will be the look and feel of that symbol. I want the orientation to be horizontal or vertical. I want to have a little fit here, or the shape, what I need for that shape. So in fact, when you are showing here one symbol, I can change how big if I'm going to show a fill or if I'm going to put some mixer in the middle. So when you define here a tank symbol, it's not in fact one tank. With those customization tools, in fact, you have hundreds of symbols only in this icon.
Nice.
Because almost any type of tank, valve, motor typically used in automation, you have that same concept of allowing easy customization. And after you drop that symbol on the display, you see they have a few properties or parameters. That's how a symbol connects with your field data. So the property state or RPM when you have the rotation is what you say if this is running or not at what speed. The property level, if you put here a tag in your application, or in this case, I will put a simulation tag, uh, that will be the variable that you define the level inside the symbol. So all symbols, they have that concept to have built-in parameters, built-in properties. So when you reuse your symbol many times on the display, you will customize which specific tags will be connected with each symbol. And additionally to those that have that advanced wizard configuration, we do have here all kinds of predefined symbols that are more specific. So as I told you, it's a library of 2,000 symbols. For instance, if you want to have some more visually appealing drawing your application, you can drop in some of those.
Really cool.
Yes, or you see we have many categories of symbol. And the way it looks that interface, when you select the top hierarchy, it shows everything underneath that you can also do the search button to find some specific type of symbol, or you can also starting to go down to drill down to find specific groups you want to see. And we have also a similar set of symbols for HMI, but called high PG. In that case, stands for high performance graphics or high performance HMI graphics, which are symbols created with a standard called uh, advanced HMI, that the symbols, they are not that colorful. There are two schools in HMI. One, you may say that's the older one, but frankly, there are many applications. The older one is still valid,
Yeah.
where the representation of the symbols, they were trying to mimic very close the physical device.
Mm.
So on the past, the HMIs, the symbols on the HMI, they were very colorful and very, very rich in detail, because the idea was to facilitate the operator showing as close as possible the real life equipment. And that was great for demos also, by the way.
Yeah.
But there is also a very strong school, especially in process industry or in chemical or pharma, where you have very critical process and we have more training for the operators. They are going to another strategy, which is to do displays that are much more simple, where the elements on the display, they don't try to mimic exactly the UI on the fields, but they are in very simple standard colors.
Mm.
So when the operator look on the screen, not be confused by so many flashing colors, he'll have the basic information he needs to do the process control.
Perfect.
And anything will pop very quickly if you have any change of colors here on the standard alarm colors. And that's also standard defined by those systems, which colors should be used. They pop out very quickly. So process industry for critical applications, nowadays they tend to use more this group here.
Okay.
But the good news, we support both type, both styles, with lots of predefined symbols. And those symbols, the main difference between a symbol and a control is that all the symbols you can very easily customize. So you can create your own also, of course, and save the library, but any symbol you can modify to start adding additional properties to that symbol. So you can pick up that is a symbol, break to the basic components, and create another symbol. In this case, probably not be that useful as the one I had before. But just an example, I can add here some additional fields to show the value of the variable. So bottom line, you can create completely new symbols or modifying the existing one, which fits your exactly requirements, and save them back to the library. So in addition to have that large set of symbols, you can very easily create your own UI, and those UI will have also your own parameters, and
Perfect.
the details on how to define those parameters you have in your documentation and training materials.
No, that's perfect. I will highlight both schools. Depends on styles of HMIs. It really depends on your application, what you're looking for. We support both. And if you caught our lessons on vector drawing, the symbols are all based on vectors. So that's why they're easy to break. They're easy to make into your own. You can give properties and dynamics to a specific part of the symbols. All of it is really to make development easier, faster, and just a smooth process overall for anybody who's building those HMIs.
And to be really easy, we have the concept that you can open a symbol like this valve, and you can map to which tag in your application
There
you'll
you
be
go.
driving the state of this valve, okay? But you can also just get to your tags. So you go to the tags in your application and you drag drop a tag in a display.
Nice.
When you drag drop a tag on display, you can put some typical default options like the text value, or you can select which objects or which symbol will be the visual representation for that tag. So when you put that tag on the display, you select this symbol to be the visual representation of the object, and the map is here. You don't need to do any configuration. You just need to drag and drop your tags to the display.
Perfect.
And to make it even more advanced, you can select that this tag in any display that will be used will use by default this visualization.
Nice.
So when you put a default visualization for a tag, this tag will automatically use that visualization you want to have connected with that. And this configuration also works with data templates. So we have the concept of having data structures that are called user types. So you can define a symbol to be the default visualization to all objects of that user type. And
Nice.
when you do the mapping of the properties, you don't need to do mapping one by one. All those properties will be automatically defined when you drop a symbol which is connected to a user type.
Perfect. I will say for anybody who's creating their first screen, it's worth taking a couple of minutes to figure out what's going to look like, what kind of symbols what we need, what kind of visualization I'm going to use in this display and others. That little planning ahead really makes all the difference, because then you
Yes.
just use your tools and it's really easy and quick to build from that.
And for very large scale applications, like we have some metro railroad stations that they deploy 50, 150 scaled applications. And each scaled application has its own diagram. We don't even do that manually. We
Nice.
have the ability to copy and paste the layout on the display from JSON, from Excel, from XML, and even from C# and Python programming. For large applications, those displays can be created automatically based in your project files. If you have
Nice.
your engineering group that creates what will be this railroad station, which equipments I have in this station, the visualization, the human machine interface for large applications can be created automatically, not even that drag drops operation if you have a huge amount of interfaces to be created.
Beautiful. I think that was a good intro into symbols. Like Mark said, our documentation has more details on it if you want to explore. You can also download Framework 7.1 right now and play around with the library. All of those symbols are available complete from the platform. You don't have to get any add-ons, anything. Everything completed from day one. Any last thoughts, Mark?
No, just
So
the reminder that we are going to give to follow us also in our Discords.
yes, I was gonna say, if you guys don't follow our YouTube channel yet, please do so. Leave a like if you like this video. And we're going to be available for Q&A on Discord. Our support and engineering team are always available to you. If you have any suggestions, let us know. And this was actually the last Tech Tuesday of the year. So I would like to thank you all for the whole year. We're always open for anything. Just thank you all and have a happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Bye bye, guys.